with roots going all the way back to PlayStation 3. I apologize for the technical difficulties we had on the previous start. We'll see if we get a little bit more support from the streaming gods on this time around. So, yeah, what we're going to be talking about today is this is a club that is highly dynamic. They have all kinds of special events that they run, a number of different types of facets to the club, and different elements that I think help to keep the game fun and exciting for their members. And, yeah, today we're going to be learning all about that. I can tell you from personal experience, maintaining a club over as many years as they have is challenging. It is difficult. There are, all kinds of stumbling blocks along the way, all kinds of things that want to trip you up and trip your club up. And if you don't believe me, go back and look at all of those clubs that were around when these guys started on PlayStation 3 who aren't with us anymore. The ability to keep a club going for this many years requires a very high level of dedication from the officers of the club as well as the membership. And it's no small task. It's no small feat. Whoa, buddy, this dude is hostile. So yeah, I'm just gonna ride around a little bit here, check the audio, make sure that everything is up and running properly. Man, this kid is not playing around. Oh, he got me. No. Oh, he got me. Nice shooting, kid. Nice shooting. Man, that kid can drive and shoot. We got a player on our hands. Praying for no mic mishaps today. How we looking, Unborn? Can you hear me all right? Is everything coming through loud and clear? Where are we at with the chat and the game audio? Can you guys hear everything? That's what I really want to know right now. Let me get that mic check. All right, let's see here. I'm going to start an MC up. Call over a bike. And go back after that kid. I don't know what his name was, but we're going to track him down. Cree, look at that. It's always pink. It is always pink. All right, next test here is I'm going to go into everybody chat and see if we can hear anything going on in everybody chat. Thank you guys for the mic check. Appreciate you. We got a lot of players in this lobby, so maybe one or two is on mic. We'll see. Just going around checking dots as we do all the technical debugging before the stream goes into full effect. I cannot hear anybody in this lobby on mic, and that may be because nobody's on mic. Yo, is anybody in this lobby on mic? Usually. There's this dude. That's that dude right there, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. We're going to go get some get back on him real quick. That's a nice car. It's a fast car, and he really knows how to drive it. Ooh, and then he messed up right as I said it. Got him. If we have any issues with capturing game chat audio, we'll just slide into a party chat once I hop in the lobby with the M-Born MC. I'm hearing lots of explosions. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. That sounds like a tank or something. I'm gonna kick it right here for a second. Sounds good. Booty Slapper says it's all good. Most American is good. Thank you guys. Appreciate you on the mic checks. It is very much appreciated. It's very helpful. All right, let me get my combined game chat up here. Make sure that that is working so I can see everybody's comments in the chat all at once. Because it doesn't appear on my screen anymore when I do this kind of a stream using the Streamlabs OBS system in conjunction with the, uh-oh. This is the dude. guy, I think, is the source of all those bombs we've been hearing. Ghost Z says he can hear it well. Alright, thank you very much. Everybody sound off in the chat, would you? Now I gotta check the chat to make sure that my chat is working properly. So if you would, sound off in the chat. Just say hello. Let us know where you're from, what part of the world you're in, and if you're okay. We want to make sure we got no 19 infected audience members. We might have to social distance ourselves from you if we do. I just want to make sure everybody in the chat is good. So please sound off in the chat. I see you, Taco Bane, Bruiser. What's happening? Welcome, welcome. I'm going to try not to get got while I'm checking the chat and checking the lobby for enemies. Let's go. Oh, man, what cop saw me? I was outside of his cone, I thought. Looks like the chat is delayed. I am not getting chat messages. Looks like I got Ghost, I got Taco Bane, and I got Bruiser. Is anybody else posted in the chat right now? If so, like I say, just let us know where you're at. Let us know you're safe. It's someone infected. We'll have to comment every 6 seconds, the most American says. All right, I see you, American. Welcome. Must be like John Wayne's grandson or something there if he's the most American. Australia, Taco Bane. Nice. We're going to have some Aussies on the stream today. Some of your countrymen. I got a white dot up here. We're going to run up on him. Is it that same dude? Is it that same dude? I think it is. No, that's a different car. Boy, that's a nice looking car though, huh? Oh man, he's got this thing all Gucci'd out. Yeah. You got the Louis, you got the bootleg Louis Vuitton wrap on that. That's a nice looking car though. GLMC, all good from Chi-Town. Thank you, Booty Slap. Appreciate you. Ghost is out here in Scotland. Jamsey, we know where you're at. I got 712 RC Guns. Thank you for sounding off. Appreciate you. Covenant Scythe. Thank you for sounding off. Appreciate you guys. All right, looks like we got the chat working. Even if we got a lot of lurkers who are not sounding off, that's okay. This dude just went passive. And we got an oppressor 1 block over. Oh, man, these cops are wild out here today. I wonder why there's so many cops. There's not even much going on over here. And I certainly haven't even fired a shot yet, so I don't know why they're tripping on me. That oppressor just took out Wild Boy. That's what they do. Oppressors just go around bombing on anybody they can lock onto. Oh, we got a purple alien with that oppressor. Hopefully he comes back. Gives me a chance to kill him. Come on back, son. Come on back. Man, these cops are... Ugh, they're so annoying. What's up, Gorilla? Hey, Tony Boyle. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you guys in the chat. Couple more minutes here. Like I say, just debugging everything, getting warmed up. And then we'll slide into the lobby with Grim Legion. They have their lobby all set up. They got their members ready to go. They've been looking forward to this. Like I've been looking forward to this. Like you guys have been looking forward to this. So it's going to be a good Saturday. I'm really excited. Oh, that's a wasted sticky bomb. And now I'm going to draw them cops again. Ah, man. Oh, no cops? Nobody heard that explosion? All right. I really want to get that oppressor. I'm hoping he comes after me. And we got nothing. He is not attacking. He is chilling. These guys are up on the roof, it looks like. That turquoise team. They're probably about to get into a helicopter or something. I don't know. What can you get up there? You can get helicopters, right? Hopefully they're not just looking to snipe and going to pop me. Because I don't think I can shoot up that high. My bullets would not hit very hard at that range. I hear somebody on mic. I don't know. Can you guys hear him in the chat? It'd be nice to know if we could get that third party voice in the chat. Alright, this lobby's looking pretty dead. Nobody's really doing much of anything. So I'm going to head over to the Grim Legion MC's lobby. So Briggsy, when you hear this, if you would, please send me an invite and I'll join with you guys. And we'll get this episode rolling. Like I say, this is episode 14 of In the Cut, featuring the Grim Legion MC. Heard something for a few seconds. All right, Taco. That might be really like all we need. All we need is just a brief confirmation that you got voice chat from other players, because I had some issues with this the other day. Can only hear you, can't hear him. All right. He only like mumbled for like a second on the mic. He mumbled like a couple of words, and that was all I heard. So, if Taco, if you caught that, then that's a good thing. It was really low, and it was just literally like a couple of words. Woo! That was close. Almost got wrecked. Let's go. But yeah, like I was saying, the Grim Legion MC has been a club going all the way back to PlayStation 3. I absolutely loved looking at their page the other day. Scrolled all the way down to the bottom where they had pictures from 2014 posted up there. That was absolutely wild. They got a whole bunch of pictures on there with the characters like taking selfies with the camera phone before you had Rockstar Editor and the ability to screen capture on the PlayStation 4, and I just thought that was so dope. I love those old social club pictures. This dude's out here obeying traffic laws. Whoa, chill out. Why are you mad at me, sir? I didn't do anything. This guy, what are you, waiting for the red light to change? He is. No, he's not. Oh, he just ran the red. He went right on red, so that might be considered legal in some jurisdictions or some circumstances. Oh, he blew that red. Man, that truck is fast. That's a nice looking truck. Who knows what model of truck that is based off of in real life? Is that like a Ford Raptor or something? Or no, a double cab? I don't know what that would be. Oh, whoa, yeah, look out. He is flying. All right, once I get that invite from Briggsy, I will go ahead and jump in that session. And like I say, we'll get into the interview portion of this, because I am finding no joy in this lobby. This lobby is dead. We got nobody on mic. We got nobody shooting. Everybody's just riding around crazy, which I suppose is not a bad thing normally. But in terms of entertainment value, it's lacking. We got a purple alien over here. Purple aliens are supposed to be out here defending players, but in my experience so far, all they do is shoot everything that moves, just like the green aliens. Not too many adhering to what I understand the rules. Oh, got wrecked. What's up, Powerhouse? Welcome, man. Welcome. Good to see you, Prez. Hey, KT, welcome. Let's see if Briggsy is showing online. Oh, he can't send me an invite because I am appearing offline. That's what it is. Stand by, guys. Got to go appear online, and I can catch an invite from him. Apologize for the blue screen. Set that to online. Now I should be able to catch invites. And then I'll go back offline once we jump in the lobby with them, just so that we don't have any sweaty kids coming in and intruding on the session. We've had that happen before. It was actually kind of fun. It happened in the cut with the Banished Breed. Yeah, Banished Breed, and yeah, that was on Xbox. They jumped the lobby, and we ended up just smacking the living heck out of them, and it was awesome. It was awesome. All right, so I'm telling Briggsy to send an invite. All right, thank you, 712. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate that backup in the chat. That's very helpful. Obviously, there's a lot to try to manage with the stream, so when you guys help out like that, I very much appreciate it. That was a good episode. Yeah, it was good. I want to do another one with those guys here pretty soon, just because the audio was a little bit banged up in that one. I didn't quite have the Elgato figured out at that point. I do now, for the most part. I mean, I know that sounds silly considering what happened at the start of this stream, but that was just a wiring issue. Like, if you just wiggle one of the wires the wrong way, all of a sudden the whole system goes completely wacky. So I unplugged everything, plugged everything back in again, and that seemed to fix it. I feel nervous even saying that because I don't want to jinx the stream, but to me it feels like that solved it. Just had to kind of unplug all the wires and plug them back in again. Yeah, like I said, I'm very much looking forward to learning more about these guys and how they've been able to hold their club together for so many years. I'm curious in the chat, how many club members do we have in the chat from different MCs? Shout out your MC in the chat if you're a GTA MC member. Shout out your club and how long you've been in the club. Have you considered doing one with people from a few MCs, or like a podcast with GTA in the background? No. You know what I am gonna do though is individual interviews. Like I want to get one going with Dab Queen pretty soon. We talked about doing that, me and her, and I would like to just like interview individual community members. You know what I'm saying? Like as opposed to just crews. I've done a few different crews, not just in the MC stuff, but like I did the OGLZ Club, Original Gamers, which is a grinding crew that's run by Tylerius. Unborn MC Popcorn, 5 years next month. Wow. Sons of Mayhem, 1.5 years. Grim Legion, 4 years. Nice. Dark Renegades, respect to all of you guys. Reaper Lords, 2 years. There you go, Prez. Chosen Riders MC in the cut here. Thank you very much. Covenant MC in the cut. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, respect to all your clubs. Shout them out in the chat, fellas. Ahmed Karuma, Purple Wheels. We got a purple alien over here. Enrique Claps. We'll see about that. Where's my... Alright, I'm going to have just my knife out in case he decides to go melees with me. Is he going to do it? These guys are very sneaky. You got to really keep an eye on these aliens. Yeah, here comes his bat. Now. And he's air thrusting. I think he wants to mate with me. I thought he wanted to fight, but it looks like he wants to make some digital babies or something. I should slice him up just for that. Whoa. Nothing. Whoa. Yeah, there he goes. All right, he's engaging. Nope. Let's go. There we go. He's trying to glitch me with that bat. Sounded like I just glitched my brain. Nope. The knife is faster, my friend. And Reek got. Just looking for that invite now from Briggsy. And then, like I say, I will jump in that session with those guys, and we will slide into the interview portion. We got Payback Row in the chat. What up, Detroit Bookie? Drug Bear, 6 years. Man, respect to you, Taco. You've been doing that for a long time. That is dope, man. Silent Heathens MC, welcome. Been National Prez for at least a week. Hey, congratulations, man. Well done, and good luck with your club. He says he's already sent the invite. All right, well, I'm going to go check that real quick. Uh-oh. Oh, this dude looks sweaty. He looked like a sweaty dude. I like his outfit, but it looks pretty sweaty. What do you guys think? Is he sweaty? Oh, that looks sweaty to me. He got everything on. You can't put anything else on. He has gloves. He has a parachute. He has a mask. He has a hat. He has glasses. He has literally every piece of attire that one can have. Oh, that was mad disrespectful. I hope he's not too angry about that. This looks like it's his Karuma right here. Oh, I should have known that would happen. I haven't been in here for a long time. All right, let me go check about them invites and see if I can grab it. I'm not sure why it didn't show up. Maybe I have notifications turned off. Don't you do this to me right now. Are you kidding me right now? Yo, did we just lose signal again? What the... Oh, man, this better not happen when we get into that interview. All right, let's see here. Notifications. Briggsy, there we go. All right, guys, buckle up. We're about to slide into the interview. I know, Taco, right? All right, this is going to be episode 14 of In the Cut with the Grim Legion MC. I'm hopping in the lobby right now. Briggsy has everything set up. I'm going to ride over to them, and we're going to learn a lot more about this club that has been around for a long, long time. Like I say, I've known these guys for a while. They've invited me to a couple of their different events and that sort of thing that they've hosted. And, yeah, so I've always had a lot of fun with them, found them to be well-organized, respectful, good group of guys. I never hear about them engaged in any kind of community drama and that sort of thing. So for me, that is a big benefit, a big bonus. And, yeah, so really looking forward to learning more about these guys and how they've been able to hold it down for so long. And, of course, we're losing video just as we're about to kick it off here. Just loading into the lobby now. I'm going to go on to everybody chat once I get in here.
Mic check 1 2.
Hey, there he is.
Yep.
All right.
Copy.
I can hear you guys.
Test. Copy. Test.
And the Lord is in the house.
What's up, fellas?
Fitzy, you good?
Testing.
I got him.
Heard.
Yep.
Hear you.
I'm just going to plug in my mic so I can hear as well. Make sure I can hear you guys on the mic. Briggsy, can you hear me all right? I got no Briggsy. Wait a minute. How about now? Briggsy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I do hear somebody else. So.
I see Briggsy's mic chirping, but I don't hear him. Oh, I heard somebody. All right, that's a good sign. Theo, can you hear me? Starting to think they cannot hear me in the lobby. Uh-oh. This is not going to be a great interview if I can't ask questions. I am riding up to their location right now. So the funny thing is, they can hear, I can hear them in the stream, and I can hear them in the lobby, but apparently they can't hear me in the lobby. All right, let me switch headsets here. I'm gonna try that. See if that works. I got these new Astro 840 headsets, but they are unproven at this point.
Yo,
Yo, can you guys hear me or no?
here, steady.
Yeah, can you hear me? Nah, he can't hear me. All right, taking this bitch off. That was just a coincidence that we could hear each other there in the lobby for a second. Let's swap that out.
Yep.
Hey, can you guys hear me in the lobby?
Yep. We can.
Ah, nice. All right, that's great. All right,
How's it going, man?
not too much. How you guys doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Thank you very much for making time to do this. I appreciate it very much.
No worries at all, man. Thanks heaps for having us on here. Much appreciated.
Heck yeah. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I had all kinds of technical difficulties starting out, and then even when I got in this lobby, for whatever reason, my mic wasn't registering, so I just switched. I got these like beautiful Astro A40, headphones and all of that, and they don't work. So I'm back to my $12 Amazon made in China special that works great.
Yeah, they're the best, man. That's what happened to me when I upgraded. Like, I was just like, what is this chunky piece of shit on my head? It's like, I just want to go back to what I know.
Yeah, I'm the same. This headphone to me is, it's super cheap. And if I rage out, I don't worry about throwing them across the room because they only cost $12. I can, buy 3 sets and still, have saved a ton of money compared to what I would spend on a pair of Astros or something like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Hey, dude, so we're all in a party chat.
Okay.
But, like, we're running the in-game setting.
Okay.
Because we're going to need it for the playlist at the end to be in a party.
Okay, let's do it.
We're just wondering, is that all
Yeah,
good?
for
Is that
sure.
all
Yeah,
working?
shoot me an invite. Shoot me an invite. We'll slide into the party. And if we have any problems, we'll address it at that time. But that should be good. The way that my capture system is set up is basically anything that gets like funneled out to my headphones, I should be able to hear on the chat as well on the stream. So
Awesome.
yeah, shouldn't make a difference.
All right, sweet. Well, give us 1 sec, and I'll just shoot you an invite to the party.
Thank
then.
you, sir. Appreciate
And
it.
we're having a couple of drinks at the Yellow Jack, so you can just ride in while we'll change the heading.
All right, Theo, that sounds great. That sounds great. I'm just waiting for my party chat invite. I'll slide into that, and I don't want to try to do that while I'm riding, so I'm taking a little break here, checking out the sunset. It looks lovely.
Awesome.
This is where I love doing these jumps off of this little hill over here. This is one of my favorite spots in the game. Kit and I don't know how many hours we've spent over here just doing these flips and trying to get into the satellite dish. Oh, stay alive. There we go. All right, I'm going to jump into that potty chat, guys. Give me a second. Potty chat. Come on. Dun, dun. There we go. All right. What's up, Swag Vibes? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. And I'm still prioritized to game chat. So I need to slide that over to potty chat. Just give me 1 second, guys. Prioritize game chat, prioritize potty chat, and I should be good to go. Can you guys hear me in the potty chat?
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, fellas, I am sliding on over to Yellow Jacks right now.
Nice.
I almost missed the turn in. Yeah, I had fun with you guys the other day shooting the photos. We shot some of them over here. For people who really know the map, they'll recognize some of those.
Yeah.
All right. Nice looking bikes out here. Oh, I like that. Got the Springer forks on that. That looks nice.
Nice, nice, nice.
Hit.
There we go. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Grim Legion MC in the house. Guys posted up, having a few beers. What's up, Prez? What's that playing card right there? That's pretty dope.
That's one of the collectibles.
Oh, cool.
Right.
Goes to show you how often I
So
go
actually,
looking for stuff. What's up, Theo?
Yeah. Let's just wait. Bricks is getting the chat as well.
Nice, got it.
He seems to be having an issue.
Yo,
So, hyphy.
okay, so
Hey, man.
is it better in the party chat? Because I think a couple of the guys were still in the game chat, so I could switch over and let them know just to keep it on the party if that works better.
Yeah, I mean, let's just run with this, and we can just message them in the Discord. Switch over.
Yep. Sounds good. Wait, we'll get Guns on that because unfortunately, Dirty Guns doesn't have a mic today.
Oh, no. Okay.
It broke like this week, so yeah.
Well, if he's online, he can text anything into the chat that he wants to. If he's got access to YouTube or Twitch or whatever, he can just text it right in there.
Yep. No worries. All right. Well, we'll get Guns to just message everyone then and let them know to switch over to game chat. But we'll start to introduce everybody as we get to each location.
That sounds good.
That works
Yeah.
for you?
So tell.
Yeah.
So we
go
have
ahead.
planned this route for you. We don't want to show anything before. Like let's keep it as a secret.
Oh.
But basically, we have a route to follow through all basic locations that we like to hang out, where we have some history and role play. And the big reason why we wanted to start here at the Yellow Jack is actually because this was one of our first clubhouses back in the day when the club was founded in 2013.
2013. And what's your founding date specifically?
So November 17th, 2013.
Wow. So that was shortly. Was that right before? When?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
I believe 2 weeks after the
Something
release
like
of the
that.
game.
Yeah. It wasn't long after. Like I joined of when was it, March 2014, so it only like had been up for like a few months, like kind of getting on its feet.
Gotcha. And when did it came? The PlayStation 4 came out in November 2014,
November.
correct?
Right,
yep.
right. And I joined
something
on
like that.
PS4.
Yep.
So I actually saw the ad that was put out by Rockstar. They did these crew cuts
Yeah.
back in the
Yeah.
day, featuring clubs, and Grim Legion was featured in crew cut.
Oh,
And I saw that, and I went to be a prospect a couple of months, and became a full patch, I believe, in April 2015. So the crew cut was in March. Yeah, so that's 2 months, right?
Yeah.
very nice.
April, May.
Yeah, so this is we have members in my club that are still in the club that joined after we were featured on the crew cut as well back in, I want to say, I think it was January 2014, something like that. And
You were before us.
Was
I
it?
remember seeing you guys on there,
okay,
like way before
Yep.
us. Well, I honestly, it's been a while, so like I can't tell you the exact dates and shit. I fucking can't
no, I
remember at all.
yeah,
But
I hear you.
I'm pretty sure you guys were featured though before us, but I could be mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I just like I say, for us, I know that drove in a lot of members. Do you know, was it the same kind of thing back then? Did you guys get swamped with a whole bunch of applications and that kind of thing?
Shit,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Like we weren't ready for it whatsoever, man. Like it was like one day, like I was scrolling through Facebook and I just like I had to do a double take, right? Like on Rockstar's post, and I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, no way, like yeah, we're getting featured, and then it's like you're quickly running over to like the chats and like, hey everybody, fuck, like check this out, and then yeah, man, like we had like everybody like on deck for recruitment at that
sure.
time, just because like we just got swarmed and like we weren't ready for it, like no warning whatsoever. Like it was just
Boom.
like bam.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
wild. That is wild. But those are exciting times, aren't they?
Oh shit, yeah, no, it got us going, that's for sure.
Heck yeah. And all right, so we have in here Briggsy, and Briggsy, you are Prez for the club. And is that overall?
Yep.
Is that for a charter? Or is that, how are you guys organized as a club?
Yeah. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of a brief kind of history, I guess, like of that. So basically we're like, what you see here is the mother chapter, okay? So we call it like also known as chapter 13, founded 2013. And we had a couple of other chapters on Xbox before this as well, like, back when the PS3 one was around. And they kind of died off after a little while, just due to, a couple of different reasons and stuff. But anyway, after that, we made this club exclusive, to PS4. So there is only one chapter, if anyone was wondering. Yeah, there is only one chapter of the Legion. We have a Nomad's little crew, but I'll get into that a little bit later, like the whole reason behind that. But so pretty much, man, this is the only official chapter of the club, mother chapter, and yeah.
Great. All right, and so Theo, you're the VP for the club as well, then?
Yep.
Great.
Correct.
And who's this fella over here?
That's a
And
road
this is-
captain.
This is Guns.
Oh, that's Guns. Oh, all right. I saw Hyphy, and I'm like, okay, so he has different names. All right, we got Guns in the chat. What's up, Guns?
Yeah, well,
Welcome.
all have different names.
Oh, that's funny. What are you guys trying to
So
duck the feds or what?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
That is wild.
No, his account, his main account, literally just got deleted yesterday or some shit. So he had to jump back onto this one. So this is a different account.
Somebody
and his
was
Mac fucked
spending
up
some
last week,
time
too,
over
so
in the casino, I'll bet. Yeah. Yeah. We're not going to say any more than that.
The underground glitching maybe scene.
Yeah, so
That might have a
account
little bit to
taken,
it.
mic broke, and we've had some issues, but we're
That's
here.
great, fellas. Well, I really appreciate you making time. So this was your original clubhouse back on PlayStation 3, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we've had three clubhouses in that time over the past we're 6 years old, so we're going on 7 this year, in November.
Yeah. And this is the table, the pool table was the table before anything else, and then we're gonna actually later on show you the boneyard, which was our second clubhouse, and there's a cool little table as well, and naturally also the new MC clubhouses.
Gotcha.
We're not actually going to take you to the clubhouses this time around because that's pretty, generic. Everybody has them, but we kind of want to show the history and build on from there what we kind of were.
Let's do it.
And maybe, yeah, let's
Yeah,
go. In a moment,
we'll swing by the clubhouse.
Kind of what we're going to talk about in here, the location is like Brixie was mentioning that we got a swarm of people, and I was actually one of those people who got in the swarm. It was like 100 members in the chapter back in the day because people were just getting in, and that's the new club problem, right? Yeah. Especially when you're getting featured and when there's a lot of buzz going around like they were back in the day, a lot of crowd problems, I would say. And what we learned essentially was we go quantity is not the thing that we want to go for. We want to go for quality for sure. Yeah. The people matter the most, and we really right now. Like I said, back in the day, like my prospecting period was like 1 month or 2, 1.5, let's say. These days, we don't have a date for that. We don't say that you got a prospect for 2 months. No. It's all about the person himself. If you are active, if you show that you wanna, bring something to us, and also enjoy our company, and you are active and you interact with us, it all depends on you. But generally, it can take half a year. It can take 10 months. It's a long process, and we wanna keep it that way. How we have made it through. A lot of clubs has. We don't go straight to prospect. We have this hang-arounding period. Like, you can actually see in the awesome photos that you took from the photo shoot, we have one rocking the hang-around t-shirt there. Mm-hmm. So that's our t-shirt that we give to the guys who hang around, and then they have to ask for sponsorship. So we don't give you a sponsor. You need to get to know the guys, right? And you need to really be active, and you need to ask for somebody to be your sponsor.
Gotcha.
That's how you start the journey.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, and if you prospect under, like, say, someone like myself, 6 months minimum.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that might seem outrageous to some people, but, like, I mean, to begin with, like Theo said, it was like 2 months, right? But, like, after a while, there's a bit more of a standard that started happening over the years. And, I mean, we've always said to people, we ain't going anywhere. So, like, there's no reason for you to speed it up or, feel like there's any rush or anything like that. Like, yeah, it's being a part of this, like, group is, like, it takes a special person, that's for sure. Like, to gel with everybody and be a part of that group dynamic and, yeah.
I think that's an important message for particularly a lot of the newer clubs to hear and to understand that clubs that have been around for a long, long time, a lot of them follow a very similar path. Like, what you guys just described is almost identical to what we went through in the Reaper Lords, where, getting into the club initially, particularly with all that hype coming from Rockstar and that sort of thing, was, I will say, certainly compared to today, relatively easy, right? Some of the OG patches that are still around, they got in the club within a week or 2 weeks, that kind of thing. Whereas now it takes months, and it comes back to that philosophy that you mentioned, Theo, that, we're not going anywhere. So we're in no big rush to go patching a bunch of people. We'll still be here. So you got to put in your work and prove that you fit in well with us and can stand up under the pressure. So I think for a lot of the new clubs, there's a big rush to get big, and adding members feels like an accomplishment when in reality it's about keeping members and the players that you play with on a daily basis and really being able to trust them and love them. And you just can't do that in a week or two, right? It's got to be a much more in-depth process. So for you newer clubs who are listening to this, take it from, this club and from myself, people who've been in clubs for a long, long time, going back to old generation and all of that, that a lot of people do that. You go through a big surge, patch a bunch of people, there's a whole bunch of drama, it's a nightmare, and you realize that ain't the way you want to do it. And eventually, over time, you come back to something like this, and you end up with a much more meaningful brotherhood. So that's really great.
Exactly, and
that's it, man.
I believe that everybody has to go through it like the difference is that those who actually pull it through and step up, because as a leader you need to you need to learn to listen to people, right? And to actually hear them out and learn the personalities and how do they function between each other. And to build a brotherhood, it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be fucking hard.
Yeah.
To build a brotherhood, but once you pull through that, it's gonna be so tight knit that you can't explain it to anybody else.
Yeah.
That's like our values. We set our values basically. It's a couple years back to kind of preach that kind of ideal to newer guys. So they are three values: open-mindedness. We want to be really open to people from all walks of life.
Yeah.
Communication. This is the big one. If there's a problem, it's always about the communication. Whether you're not communicating or there's a miscommunication. And the third one is actually respect and trust are earned. And a lot of clubs that I see these days, they think like, okay, you gotta respect us, you gotta trust us.
Yeah.
And they go on saying this to new member, new guy comes in, whether it's a hanger on a prospect, they say to them, you gotta respect me.
Yeah.
So, okay, the respect and trust are earned both ways.
Yeah.
So, as a leader of the club, you also have to give the new guy a reason to trust you
For sure.
and respect you.
Yeah, I get hit up with I get
That's the thing that actually builds relationship.
I get hit up in DMs from a lot of 12-year-olds. Hey, brother, I'm national president of Deadly Lords Reapers Sons, and give me my respect. And I'm like, all right, son, I'm gonna leave that. In the read later pile.
Fucking earth, man. I met a lot of characters like that over the years on this game, just like coming at you like with their title and a puffed out chest.
Yeah. I mean, it's part of the role play aspect of things, and I get that, and I do try to be, respectful to everybody that I encounter, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have my respect until it has been earned. I act in a respectful fashion because that's how a man's supposed to carry himself. But that doesn't mean that we're peers. You know what I'm saying? Unless you can demonstrate that that you're worthy of that. So
exactly, man. I try to treat people here and not just in the crew, of course, like from outside the crew as well, like how I want to be treated.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's the same thing in real life too. Like I've always done it like that. I've been playing this game for going on like 7 years, and I haven't had an issue with it yet. So it's been working so far. So
that's good.
That's always been the way of doing it in my eyes.
Yeah, for sure.
Anybody listening out there, like if you want to check it out, how we roll, we have a website and we have an Instagram, YouTube, like everybody else, and you can log in and check it out. We have pretty much all these things we're discussing here written out there. Rick, should we actually get a move on to the next location?
Yeah, probably should. We're getting a little bit into it here with a bit of the history. But,
cool.
I mean,
we
there's a
could go
couple
cool.
of things
Nah, I
to
love
talk
it.
About, but
So let's get a move on.
Let's go.
Yeah, for real. Well, as we're walking out, I'll just let you know. So this is just a little fun fact, I guess. I mean, we've had 4 presidents over the past 7 years,
Wow.
like in this mother chapter, and me included, if that tells you anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one president has obviously kind of brought their own mark to the club in their own way, and it's pretty much been like you pick up where you left off kind of thing from the last person, and that vision and stuff has been brought forward from each one over the years. And I think I've been pres now. Wait, fuck, I always forget now. Like Theo, is it like 3 years? Because like Theo was the vice president when I got the presidency. Basically, I got handed it to me from the last president.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, that continuity of power is so important. I see a lot of these newer clubs in particular where, again, the 12-year-old national, senior, international vice president over the universe, like, has that in his gamer tag, and I'm like, well, what happens when you're not national pres anymore? Does, do you have to change your account, get a new account? Like, how does that work? Do you give that to the new MP? Like, Yeah, having a club that is not based on one individual being the cult of personality and
Cut to the stop guns.
running everything is vital in terms of continuity. You have to be able to have the club be bigger than any individual member if you're going to stay around for a long time.
Yeah, man. That's it. So yeah, we're just gonna take you guys on a little stroll down Sandy Shore. So, like, yeah, that was our first clubhouse up there, and we've had a bit of a presence in Sandy over the years, ever since then. So, a couple of businesses and stuff like that we like to role play.
Yep. So actually we're bringing you to our tattoo parlor. So in a roleplay we kind of run it as a shop front. It's a legal business, but we use it for money laundering and that type of stuff. And yeah, let's pull over to the parlor and we're gonna show you a couple cool stuff.
Asshole.
But yeah, roleplay is a big thing, and actually one of the cool things that we've done, we actually have a 30-minute full film called The Scars that I made, and it's kind of like one of those roleplay films that really shows like a kind of little part of club history in it.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, check it out. You can also see it in 3 parts, so 10 minutes.
This is on your
for
YouTube
each,
channel?
or then just go for a full each video. It's on the
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
channel, yes.
Yeah, he's being modest because he made it. It's fucking rad. Check it out. It's got a great soundtrack. Fucking awesome angles to it.
Oh, man. Tell us how you really feel.
It's absolute tips.
Oh, that's great. And it's on your YouTube. And tell me again what it's called.
Scars.
All right. I'm going to post a link right now in the chat for anybody who has a chance after this episode of In the Cut is done. You can go over there and check it out. Let me see here if I can find it. Skies. Oh, this is a whole series. You said it's broken into 3 parts? Or how many?
Yeah,
there's-
so the 3 different episodes are on my personal Tyron.glmc YouTube account,
Yep.
and then you can find the full version on the Grim Legion one. So that's the full 30-minute
Great.
film.
Boom, there's a link to it. So if you guys are going to, check that out later on, just copy that link down, put it in your notebook or whatever, and you can slide back over and watch that after this episode is over. That's a link to their role play history of the club, and yeah, learn some more about them. That'd be great.
Awesome.
Yep.
So this location now, we have 2 members here. They can introduce themselves to you. So this is the tattoo shop, and we're actually going to talk about club tattoos and that style of stuff. But hey, let's start over. So Outlaw on the right,
Hey, Outlaw.
that's our recruiter.
Yeah, how you doing,
Good,
buddy?
man. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
And then we have Fitz, he's a full patch member.
Hey, Fitzy.
How's it going, dude? What's up?
How you doing, man? Hey, I had such a hard time editing that picture of your character. Does he have a drinking problem or something? His face was so purple. I could not get the colors right. I just did it in black and white. I really did. I said, this dude, I can't put a purple man on the photos. Just going black and white. It looked dope, I thought.
yeah, everyone was fucking
Yeah,
super
let's
jealous of
see.
that shit.
Oh, man. I saved the settings on that for anybody who wants to get any portraits done that way, because I love the way it came out. I loved it. So, yeah. Good,
Yeah,
you're a good
man.
model, Fitz.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
All right, well, welcome to Pricks and Ink. This is one of our role play locations that we set up and run out of. We do a couple things out of here outside of just general tattooing. We have a recon spot because if you look behind you there, Dirty, obviously we have the cop shop.
Yes, sir.
So we monitor all sorts of cop activity, in and out of our little area here, and report it back to anybody through the phone calls. That's the easiest way for us to communicate and let everybody know what's happening when we're doing our role play sessions.
Keep the enemies close.
Yeah.
That's
So when
right.
we say role play sessions, just for like clarity here for people, this is like set up role play sessions with like other players. So like when we do this, we have like all our settings usually like the map, overhead display, your weapon wheel, everything is off basically and set to be like super realistic. So you can't check your map. any time that you're playing, you have like actual people role playing as police, right? You know, like hanging around. That's their main hub over there at the police station. And I'll tell you now, it's unlike any game session I've ever played before, just because it makes the game feel like a completely different like game just in general.
Bro, where's my invite?
All these locations where
That sounds so dope. I want to come play.
yeah, well, to be honest, it's kind of died off a little bit like recently, but we'd love to get back into it again. It's like some of the most fun sessions we've ever had, dude. Like just like the fact of getting pulled over by a policeman and like them not trying to shoot you, you know, what I mean? Like, and actually questioning you and stuff. It's fucking hilarious.
Do you get?
I'll say that. So all the locations that we're taking you to now all have to do with that. So each like activity we're talking about and stuff, we actually do this like in a roleplay session with cops trying to bust us and all that type of shit.
That's so dope. Now, do you invite other crews to participate in that? Like, do you like get together with some like LSPD or FIB crews or anything like that to take part?
Yeah, so they're usually like all in the same roleplay community.
Yep.
So they're all like, their own kind of factions, basically. So you've got all these different factions set out in this like roleplay world or whatever, right? So you've got like the Lost MC, and then you've got like, the cops, and I mean, there's cartels, and like even just some motherfucker who's like a lumberjack or something, or an entrepreneur. Or, I don't know. There's all sorts of different people playing a different role, you know, that have their own little business, and all the money you log through like a chat and stuff. So like it's all virtual money done like over like Discord is what we use for that. So when you're actually playing the session, you're always switching over to Discord and logging the money that you're earning and stuff like that.
Oh,
like,
so hold up.
got
This
a
is on
whole
PC.
system.
This is on PC. You're talking about.
No, this is here.
Oh,
This is
okay.
PS4, yeah.
Okay.
So there's this group called Lils, Life in Los Santos.
Yeah.
So basically, they are completely roleplay group. They don't do anything like specific.
Yeah.
They only roleplay, and they like a same person can be playing different roles. When we got introduced to that kind of crew, we said that, well, okay, we're gonna do it a little bit different. Is it possible that we come as a whole club to roleplay in your world, basically? And they said, you know, it's okay. You know, you can play just one character. And that's kind of what we did. So each of one actually has a backstory written, and we have a backstory for our club in their kind of this roleplay world. Okay. And they have kind of set it up, hold the system behind how you can earn money and that type of stuff.
Wow.
In games, so
that sounds awesome.
Yes, it is sick, man. Like it's got its own, you know, like government system and stuff like that. Basically, like it's all.
Oh, I gotta go check that out.
All these like businesses and stuff that people own are logged and shit. You know what I mean? Like, and people are writing their own stories. Like, you know, that's the one thing I had trouble with. Like, was trying to keep up with the fucking chat while I was trying to play the actual game.
Yeah, sure.
As a head fuck.
I gotta go check that out. I love watching Putters. He goes and plays on those roleplay servers on PC. He has this character which I personally find extremely annoying, this indubitably guy, but but it's really entertaining. It's so funny to watch how serious they all take it over there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
One of the most fun.
Definitely different.
Yeah. One of the most fun incidents that I remember was when we were actually running. So this one guy was role-playing as a cartel character. So he was part of cartel, and he had cartel trucks that we were running to Palito Bay. And we were on bikes, and then cop came behind us and started to go after us. And we kind of did this kind of maneuver where two of our guys went different direction and distracted the cop. And I actually had my trucks. So I pulled over, and I was thinking, okay, what can I do? And because, you know, the cop, we all play without HUDs and without radar. What I did, I called the in-game taxi that you can call in by your phone, you know?
Yeah.
Most of people don't even remember that you can call a cab.
Yeah.
Cabin.
Can you still get a helicopter?
Right? So I called a taxi, went into taxi, and the taxi took me and the drugs off Palito Bay while the cops were going after our other guys on bikes.
Wow, that's brilliant. I love that. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, little shit like that.
Oh, I love that.
Really funny fucking with fucking with the cops on there and trying to like outsmart them, because like you have to spot somebody, right, like on the map, like visually. You can't like if you see someone doing something out of the ordinary, you know, like a car or a bike or just like a pedestrian, then you kind of start second guessing. It's like, wait a second,
Is that a player?
Was that meant to happen? Was that,
Oh yeah.
And like then, and that's how you start getting tailed and shit by the cops. Like they knew our businesses, so like we would always park our bikes, just for an example, like just here right behind this fence. So like anytime like they would roll by the business, like we had like a row of bikes basically like parked like just behind this fence here, and they couldn't see it at first, you know, when they were like driving by, and like no one's home, but like the whole club's like inside the tattoo shop or out the back, you know, like.
And there's no HUD,
So
there's no
we used to do a
map,
lot of that
so
type of shit.
oh man, that's
Yeah.
dope. I like that. Oh, I want to go check that out. All right, I'm gonna hit
it's good
those
fun.
guys up. You said Life in Los Santos.
Yeah, and
Yeah, yeah.
Camino is the guy. He's one of the leaders, so he's a super chill dude. He
Nice.
also is on Instagram, I think. Well, I can link up later his Instagram.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, I want to check that out for sure.
But hey, let's get Fitz some tattoos.
Yeah.
So let's get some fresh ink on him and let's show around what kind of tattoos we rock.
Yeah.
So I'll if you do the favors and put in some ink in the man.
Let's do it. So when we first got started, well, at least when I got started, I've been in the club now 4.5 years, and when it first got started, we were in a massive war with the Black Wasps. I'm sure that name rings a bell with a lot of people.
It does, yeah.
And we were in a pretty massive battle with them. I mean, every day people were calling for help, right? Hey, Black Wasp, we're getting jumped, and need help, blah, blah, blah. And that went on for quite some time. So we developed a tattoo for that instance, and it's right here on the left side of my neck is FTW, fuck the wasp.
Oh!
That's what that stands for. And so anybody who has got a Black Wasp kill gets the FTW tattoo. And so Fitz got his, and so today we're going to go ahead and get him set up with his FTW tattoo. So Fitz, when you're ready, buddy.
Yeah, whereabouts is it?
Left neck.
Left neck. Will it be under head?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So in-game, in our role-play sessions, while Fitz getting inked here and getting poked, what ends up happening is people will show up to the tattoo parlor and they'll say, hey, I want this, and we'll actually give them a price on it. We'll quote them a price. They pay us in the virtual currency, like Briggs was saying earlier, and we take a club cut. Everybody gets a cut, and everybody gets ready to roll. But from here, we do a couple of things outside of recon. We also do a little bit of debt collection. So we have an enforcer crew that kind of works out of here as the Nomads, and we go around to all the convenience stores in Blaine County and take our cut out of what's owed.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so we've got legal and illegal activities for each business. So if you like, basically, you get a job here. Like each one of the members can choose, like, you know, they want to be a tattoo artist, or the other ones we'll show you in a little bit. But basically, yeah, you've got like a list of like legal jobs that you can do, and illegal jobs that you can go do as well. So it keeps everybody quite busy and stuff, like during the day.
That is so dope. You guys are the first like legit like role play MC I think that we've had on here. Like the Bianchi crime family has all like backstories for all their characters, and they're like related, and it's all like fully like intertwined. But in terms of the MCs, I think most of the MCs we've had on primarily focus on, like, you adopt the MC like hierarchy, and things like having church and club meetings and that kind of thing. But I don't know that we've had anybody on that actually does like legit role play. That sounds so dope. That really sounds fun.
It's really a good time. I mean, at the end of the day, it took a lot of organization on the club's behalf to set this stuff up, come up with the idea of how we're going to do it, what we're going to do, and then not only that, but then execute the plan. And so we've been doing this now for just about 1.5 years, 2 years on the role play side, and it's really fun, but at the same time, it's also extraordinarily complex.
Yeah.
And if your club isn't able to work with each other, you're going to have a bad time. It's not going to be fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
for real.
I love that. That sounds great. This sounds.
Yeah, it's good fun, man. It's a different side of the game that like not many people would usually see. Like it's Yeah.
Are there other clubs that I've heard of
Yeah,
that you
unique.
guys play with over in that kind of stuff, or is it primarily are you guys like the MC within that community?
Yeah, it's primarily us. We've tried to get other people like kind of involved in it like over the years, but like it's been a bit. It's the setup, man. Like how Outlaw was just saying, like to come up with all this stuff. Like shit, we had to put a lot of work into these ideas and seeing if it's gonna gel with like their world and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So like we put just as much effort into this as we would with any one of our events. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's very very detailed. That's for sure.
That is dope. Very cool.
Yeah, so we got a few more things here, just a couple things to hit on. We have several club tattoos that we utilize outside of the FTW one. If you look over at Briggs there on his left arm, we got the see no evil, speak no evil, skulls. That's a club tattoo. If you look on Fitz's right arm here, the Reaper. The Reaper is also a club tattoo, obviously. And also you can get personalized ones. Maybe if you were in the military, we have a skull that we use for that. We got a couple of other things too that are sanctioned and unsanctioned tattoos, but most of them have a certain meaning within the club organization and structure. So that's a real cool, advantageous thing that we do specifically for us as a personal thing.
So a new guy getting into the club and prospecting, you can expect that we might strip you out of some tattoos. So you have to earn them through the role play, for example.
Yeah. So for an example, the one I've got on my right inside arm, the Death Before Dishonor, you got to be in the club for a year to be able to get that tattoo.
Yep.
And that other one, the Skeleton Party on my left arm, the sleeve, that's another one that you can earn, and that's getting drunk in the clubhouse with the patch members until you throw up in the toilet. So there's little things like that, like that you can earn. Like some of them are fun, some of them are a bit more serious. But like we've got 13 tattoos overall that have to do with like that kind of stuff, and it's kind of matching the whole chapter 13 mother chapter kind of thing. 13 tattoos that for chapter 13 and all that kind of shit. But I mean, that just, to be honest, that was a good coincidence when that worked out, because when we were putting it together, it's like, oh, look at that, I got 13 tattoos. And it's like, wow, fuck yeah, let's roll with that then, why not?
Oh, that's great.
It's a good number.
That's great. I love all of those like rich little elements within clubs. And those little traditions are so important in terms of building a sense of being a part of something bigger than yourself. When you have those little elements, right? It has so much meaning to the members. And other players, you see them rocking tattoos and they don't mean anything, and they're all, they look like the Illustrated Man, and that's dope. But when I meet other MC guys, like I definitely do like look at their tattoos, and so like when I see you guys both have that skull party on your arms, I'm like, I bet that's something, Yeah. Seeing the Reaper on both your arms, immediately I'm like, oh, this I know what this is. Let's hear it. That's great.
It adds up.
Yeah.
But hey, we have so much stuff we want
Let's
to show
go.
you still, so I think we need to move to the next
so-
location.
All right.
Sit it, road captain.
Thanks a lot.
So
bud.
I don't know if we actually said that, but Jay's the road captain of the club. Outlaws the recruiter.
Yes.
CEO
Yes.
president
Yep.
that you've met so
Yep.
far, and Fitzy currently training to be a tail gunner. So he's in the van at the moment. He's going to go up to another location, and we're going to see him in a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, we're just going to go for a little cruise up the road.
Thank you,
Pick
Outlaw
up a few
and
more
Fitz.
members.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for your time.
I'm the recruiter for the Grim Legion, the Neon Outlaws, my gamer tag, and we're at
Skydio.
Grim Legion MC on Instagram.
So here on the left, you can see our current clubhouse, and we actually have some members joining the formation from there. Honking the horns, and now we're gonna be pulling over to Asian Liquor.
Hey, Slicker, yeah.
Hey, Slicker.
I said that on purpose, you cunts. Yeah, mind my accent. I'm from Finland, so it's a distinctive one.
We give him a lot of shit for that.
I'll bet.
Never gets off easy.
so let's get some more beers and smokes from the shop. Come on, Dirty.
I'm on my way.
And rest of you just clear out.
Where's the rum?
In the back.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, Dirty, get on over here.
All right, on my way. Just saluting your homies out here. Showing respect to all the patches. Oh, my bad.
So Charles here actually is working in the shop. And yeah, go ahead,
Hey.
Chucky, and tell him all the info.
Oh, what is going on?
How you doing?
Yeah, this is Ace Liquor. This is one of our, this is the only convenience store that doesn't pay. It just gets paid.
Got you.
We use this to launder a lot of the cash that comes through. If you ever need a free beer, come holler at me. I got you. We use this as the main, like I said, for the role play, the main place we launder every single thing we got. When it comes to getting stuff, the boys from the Nomads, which I am proudly a part of, whenever we get that, we bring it here. We have the prospects steal every liquor and beer truck in the city. If it goes missing, it's because of me. And pretty much the boys here get to drink for free whenever we bring it back to the clubhouse. And it is right off a good time.
That is dope. I may have to cut this out just in case any feds are watching this episode. I'll have to edit this segment out. We don't want to have any incriminating evidence out there.
We've got pictures everywhere, so we can shut this down.
We might have to go into that at some point as well. If you guys know what I'm talking about, but we'll save that.
But
So obviously we like to run a lot of stuff by their prospect, little errands, go get some smokes for the press, and one of the things is actually, there's a lot of drinking vans out there, like Pisswasser van, that sort of stuff you can see running around, and whenever we see one, we might tell a prospect, hey, go steal that and run it at the backyard of this building, so we can actually stock up on free beer.
I like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had the Pisswasser trucks, Pisswasser trucks were worth like 10 grand.
Inside joke.
Yeah. And what is it? The Rob's Liquor were worth like 15 grand in the roleplay sessions, and then we had what were the other ones called? The real rare ones, like that we just never came across. Like
Patriot sometimes has, I think, a truck that comes out every once in a while.
Yeah, I swear the name of the beer's in this store somewhere. Hold on, see if I can find it. But yeah, basically, there's this one truck that we always try to get that's worth like 20 grand or whatever in a session, and yeah, we're always looking for it. That's the Logger truck.
Logger,
that's right.
yeah.
Logger.
Yeah. Really rare, like fucking truck in the game, and yeah, shit. If anyone sees one time, send us a picture.
And it's
because like I haven't seen one in free roam, like I swear at all.
It's $13.
Yeah, okay, so even that we started thinking about that a little bit, the pricing and stuff as well in the stores, but we never really got down to actually officially doing it, but we were going to have like a whole menu, like a whole liquor menu and stuff like that for people to come in and RP and buy like, a case of whatever. And yeah.
I got you. And Chucky, do you mind if I slide back here real quick?
All right ahead,
All right,
sir.
I see something back here that is calling my name. There was a little action figure sitting back here. I've never been back here apparently, so I was able to cop that. Check it off the list.
Yeah, Rockstar likes items around everywhere, and I'm glad we got one of those. But if you notice, I will have to say, when it comes to this club, I will enjoy that we allow each other a bit of style. So when it comes to bikes, we're all pretty strict, but clothing-wise, you'll notice everybody's a tiny bit more different, and I'm a bit more flashier than most because I'm also the treasurer of the club, so that's mainly why most of the money comes through here.
Gotcha.
So if you see me rocking a bit more, blinging more than anybody else, or at least ice going around, I just like it a little bit more. My character's from down south, Los Santos. So
It's because
He's a money man. He's a money man.
Hey,
So how
still
about
get
we
your cut,
all
don't be mad.
let's all gather outside and talk a little bit about the dress code.
All right, let me hop on.
Jockey, change in a cut, and
Got it.
Brixie, maybe you can go through talking first about the hash.
Yeah, okay, so basically we've got two kind of different dress styles that you're able to choose from when you join up in the clubs. Like we are very strict when it comes to like the whole clothing and stuff. So like we've even had like certain hats and stuff that we have to vote on it, right? Like someone will call you out if you're wearing something that they don't like. So like it's strict. Like I don't know how else I could possibly say that. But
it's really about immersion. So we don't really have a lot of face mask or that side of stuff unless we're riding. So a riding mask is a riding mask, and we're off the bike. We don't have any face paint or mask on. It's really about role playing and immersion for us.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So the two different styles that we basically go for. So we kind of stole this from skateboarding culture. I grew up skating, and it was just an easy kind of transition to bring this kind of thing into here. So there's basically what we have is called Hesh and Fresh. So Hesh is like your punk rock, like metal kind of look, and the Fresh is the kind of a bit more, like bling bling kind of like kind of style.
Makes sense.
So yeah, as you can see, different group here. Like everyone's got like their own style, like in within that two categories, and yeah.
Something like to mix it up all around, which is I think a good thing too. It brings uniformity, but yet still individuality within everything that we do. So I think that's a really good thing. I enjoy it. Everybody does.
Yeah.
But we've had some crazy stuff come through. Like we don't do ICB face paint.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
It's certainly inconsistent with actually looking like bikers.
Yes.
Yeah. No, well, I mean that's it, dude. We try to keep.
I'm
it,
guessing
like,
my
traditional
deal wouldn't
kind of
quite
stuff.
wouldn't make the cut. Is that?
Not your unique mark. I'll think I will pull you up on that straight away, man.
Oh, that's funny. Now let me ask you this, and this is just curious again, being in a club myself. How much discussion goes on related to fashion articles when it comes down to it and you guys are having your discussions? Is this something that goes down quick, or is this a long process going around and around and around about a hat or you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I could tell.
Well, I have to say that we do have a church every Sunday.
Yep.
So actually, we gather up around the table every Sunday to discuss, topics that are on. And if something doesn't go through there, then we have it in Discord and we vote on it. Every full member has a vote if we have to vote on it, and that's just the voting, and it's a majority.
Yeah.
So if we really need to, go that far, sure, we can bring it that far. But overall, it's just, it's not about one item. It's about the big picture, about the whole look. So, for example, in the Fresh, we allow that kind of baseball cap that, Chucky there is wearing, and those sneakers, because that is kind of the more modern West Coast biker type of team.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, let's say if he would be wearing green shorts, which is not our club core, that would be
I got you. Briggs, they call those Nike bikies down your way, don't they?
That's it. That's fucking it, man. I was actually going to say that too. That's fucking hilarious. You brought that up. That's it, though, man. Yeah, the fresh bikies down here in Australia. Yeah. That's exactly what they call them. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, next up, we're gonna actually go out and visit a couple of our guys. So we are still 2 guys short, and Fitzy already is waiting us on the location.
Yeah.
In
So
our
who
shop.
Sounds good.
Who else hasn't introduced themselves yet? Because I don't think we've introduced like the other officers really
let's
here.
go through everybody shortly. So let's start from my left. There's Cycle.
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
brother?
Cycle, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, wrong action.
Or is it the right one? So how long have you been in the club, Zach? What is it now, like?
4 years, man, almost.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that does sound about right.
I had a long time.
Longer than that. I've been 5.
Would,
Yeah.
would that not
So
been
the
at
cycle
least
is
called...
basically our club mascot. He always the one that you doing stupid shit.
He's
But
our
we
Tiggy.
love him.
If that
Yes,
makes
it does.
sense. Like,
We love him.
yeah,
Yes, it
yeah.
does.
Okay, yeah. That's our Tiggy right there.
Nice.
Yeah,
Every club needs one.
That's right.
yeah.
And then we got then Tommy is Sergeant at Arms over here. And how long you been in the club for, Tommy? It's around about the same, huh?
It's gonna be 5 years this summer.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Theo was saying about the crew cut. That's how I found the crew as well. And it took me like a couple of months to get in because it was so swamped, as you said. So I was sitting in anticipation for a while before I got in.
That's great. What keeps you around that long? 5 years in a club. I know not every day is easy.
Next year, it's a brotherhood, for sure. Like, I definitely wouldn't be here if I didn't enjoy the company, and I've never had any thoughts of doing anything else in this game except hang out with these guys. So it's about that.
What does Brotherhood mean to you in a video game context? Because I know for people outside a game and even outside of our own little clique community within the gaming community at large, when they hear us talk about Brotherhood, there's a little bit of cringe factor associated with that. What does it mean to you to have a Brotherhood in a video game?
Well, it's just friendship. Like, yeah, because if you're playing a game for 5 years, you get to know people on a very deep level, I guess. So a lot of us, or some of us, have met each other, in real life and spend time together, and we, play other games as well. So it's not just tied to this single game, but it's the friendships that we've made all these years. So
for sure,
it's about that, I'd say.
Especially the friendship.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're a very tight-knit group here. It's like most of these people have been together for years, you know what I mean? It's not like, as you can see here, like a couple of the guys for like 4 or 5 years. Like, that's nearly the average for most people that are here at the moment.
Yeah.
So we get to know each other pretty well, and yeah.
Who's the new...
Even I can say, like...
No, please, go on.
I was just going to say, like, in my personal life, like, I could say these guys, we're all here for one another, even, like, in hard times in your actual real life as well. Like, some of these dudes have been checking on me, like, when in hard times, right? Like, more than my actual real life friends at some point. So if that tells you anything, it's, yeah.
It does. It does. Who's the newest member standing in this circle?
Oh, that would be Fitzy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Fitz is not in the circle, actually. He's waiting us.
All right, we'll check in with him then when we get over there.
Shop. Yeah. So
And Archangel?
Darky, black guy, you met him already. And then there's Lark. Yeah, he's our secretary.
Hey, man.
Yo, what's going on?
Doing a little In the Cut episode with you guys. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. How long have you been in the club?
About 3-4 years.
Wow, that's great. That's great. And what attracted you to the club?
I started out just wanting to be, biker role play, and then, I grew up. These guys have basically been playing with them for 3-4 years, so, pretty tight circle of friends here.
That's great. That's great. You ever go through any hard times in the club? Any challenging moments where you're like, why am I doing this?
Not that I can recall, no.
That's great. That's great. So you guys really enjoy each other's company genuinely then?
Yep.
That's really good.
I mean, of course, we have issues sometimes, like individual members clash on and that type of stuff, but like, we take those very seriously and we talk it through.
Yeah.
But that's part of Brotherhood, though, right? Brothers fight sometimes, and I don't know how many of you have real brothers, but they fight sometimes worse than other people do. Enemies fight, and at the end of the day, you still hug it out, and you still come to the back to the table and have a discussion about it and figure out what happened and why, and that's what keeps it together.
That's facts. Yep.
Yeah, for real, man.
Very good.
And then we have OG and Dirty. Don't ask him how long he's been in the club, but ask him how old.
I can see 1967. That makes me feel good. That means you got 9 years on me, I'm thinking.
Actually, 66.
66. Good lord. Wow. So
yeah.
what?
Yeah, I'm almost 50 points.
Good for you, man. So what's it like playing with a bunch of young bucks?
I love it, man. I've been playing since I'm an original gamer. I've been playing since like 74, 75.
Yeah.
Never stopped playing. And this is actually the first time I joined around the same time as Angel did. This is actually the first time I joined with an online club crew. I ride in real life, and that's what I like about this club. Is most of the guys do ride in real life, so we take that to heart. What we do, I've been around a lot of real club members in real life, and these guys are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
We're all brothers. We hang out. We bust each other's balls. We have a good time.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, I know that. In our club, I'm one of the older guys, but we do have guys that are right around your age, and it's you do have kind of, I don't want to say generational clashes, but you do have such a difference in the kids of the generation today compared to guys in older generation, their perspectives on things. And the young boys are always so wild, like they always want to be out there like shooting everybody up and all of that, and it seems like the older cats are just sort of more chill and like kind of slow down, guys. Let's not go get into a war with every friggin' club we come across in the game. Let's just chill, right?
Yeah, that's why. But the old guys that are still around is because they had enough brains to still be around. If they didn't, they weren't. They got into trouble, stuff like that. But I mean, these guys are really good. I really love hanging around with these guys. They, even though I'm the old guy, there's still a respect between each other. Doesn't matter if you're 19. Doesn't matter if you're my age. We love the same thing, and that's what it's about.
Nice. What was your favorite quarter-fed arcade game?
My favorite
Asteroids was dope. Definitely a fun game.
Yeah, but I started with Pong at home. So.
Yeah, me too. I had a ColecoVision. Just a couple of knobs, and you could switch it to hockey or tennis, and that was it. And you could play that till your thumbs bled. Yeah. It was like, I'm telling you.
74, 75, that was it. That was my first one, and then it was the Nintendo.
Atari. Right?
Atari. Oh, Atari. Oh,
yeah.
God, I even remember that.
Yeah, Super NES was hot technology when I was a kid. Like, that was like a major advancement.
Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
GameCube.
Good old 16-bit.
Yep.
Yeah, it was 64.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, we always had it in my neighborhood where like none of us could afford to have all of the consoles, but between us we could each have like one of them. So like one kid might have like a Nintendo, the other kid would have a Sega, and then like PlayStation 1 came out, so somebody else might have that over there, and we would just slide back and forth between houses to play on the different consoles. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Old schoolers.
Man, that was great.
Those were the days, man. Those copied discs, like for PS1.
Yeah.
Like the chips that you could chuck in them and get all those games.
What? I'll tell you right now, nowadays when kids want to bang, if they start talking trash to each other, they go to Instagram to do it. When we were kids, you'd go out on the back porch, we would put on a helmet, like a hockey helmet and hockey gloves, and you'd have to fight it out. You know what I mean? Like, that was how, if somebody cheated at Tecmo Bowl or something, it was on. I miss those days.
Just sit there and say, get it over with.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you're 8 years. I mean, it may not sound like much, but when you're like 8 or 10 years old and you're wearing a 16-year-old's hockey helmet and the thing spins around 3 times on your face every time you catch a hook, it was not fun. But it had to. It was different. It was different.
That was oddly similar to what we used to do as kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess damn millennials.
Yep.
Now you hurt their feelings.
Oh man, don't bully them. These poor kids will end up cutting themselves. It's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Poor little guys. Sorry. All right, let's not knock millennials. Love you guys in the chat. They're not even millennials now. It's a new generation. I don't know what came after millennials, but the millennials are like 25 now or something, right? Or 20? Yeah. Like they're grown. Z? That's what it is.
I got millennial kids. So
got you. Got you. Good looking out. All right, what do we got next on the agenda?
We're going to do a ride out and talk about bikes.
Awesome.
There we go.
So that was actually a really good conversation about gaming.
Yeah.
And what really comes down to us, a lot of us, obviously we all love to game.
A lot of us actually ride in real life.
Oh, okay.
So we'll talk about that when we get up to the next location.
Great.
So we can talk over the bikes and... be careful, there's a golf cart. Come to your left just here.
Yep.
Like
It is actually snowing at my house today, so I'm not going for a ride today. It was 70 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Now it's snowing.
No shit. Well, you live up in Boston, right, Daddy?
I live in New England. That's about as specific as I like to be with
okay.
all these sweaty kids out here.
Yep.
Sorry for pinching your boy as well. I'm a Bucks fan. Sorry for getting him.
Hey, we got nothing but love for him, and I hope him and Gronk bring you guys as much bling as they brought us over the years.
I fucking don't.
Careful, this car just here. I think he's taking a right.
Yeah, I gotta think you guys got a good shot at it this year. I mean, just Brady and Gronk alone. That's why we didn't win it this year. He had nobody to throw to. He had no receivers.
None to be seen, but we'll see what happens this year, if we have one this year.
Yeah, that's a good point too, right?
But hey, I mean, that's a lot more time to actually maybe think about doing some live Madden games instead.
Yep. Yeah, there you go. Esports, the year that esports took over the real sports.
For real.
So yeah, Dirty, you ride in real life and you get a nice ride.
Every chance I get. Thank you very much.
Look at these, pulling out from the shop.
Okay, okay.
So this is Pistons and Pipes, as we like to call it, in our roleplay sessions, and we have a custom chopper kind of shop. And that's called Bob's Choppers. And where are you at, Bob? This guy right here.
Hey, Bob.
This is Bob. Been in the club.
Also known as Silent Bob.
Hey, Silent Bob.
Yeah, and we do have Jay as well.
You have a Jay and Silent Bob.
That's your
That's so funny.
yeah. That's your road captain who's also Silent Jay at the moment as well for today's episode. So.
That is funny. Hey, I gotta say, when I was taking the photos when we all got together the other day, like these bikes just jumped out. This flame design, so simple and beautiful, old school. That right there is just such a classic look, and yeah, it's gorgeous. It added some nice color pop to them photos.
Fuck yeah, man! We really like to go for that kind of like old school, like chopper style as well in this game. But we definitely have a bit of a mixture between like these types of bikes, because I see a lot of people that put out like choppers only, right? And it's like you only ride choppers, and it's like, what about baggers? Like do you know what I mean? Like they're not really falling under the same category, right? As like a chopper. Like like so we like to say cruisers, okay? Cruisers only. Like we don't allow any crotch rockets, any sports bikes, or anything else like that. So it's all strictly
Heavy bikes,
like cruiser style bikes.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's great. And
these two styles actually are classic, like you noticed, the old classic flame style. So what we're going for here is a lot of chrome, and it can be more colorful. So we're talking about those old muscle car colors, like let's say light blue, or going for a little bit more greenish or even yellow. Those classic colors that you can see classic bikes and classic cars. So that's basically classic style. And then we have the outlaw style here. So the outlaw is murdered look, black, no chrome, minimal chrome. You can have basically matte black or glossy black. You can rock some pinstripes with the club colors. So white, red, black. Those are our club colors, and this is basically a club color bike.
Very nice.
Outlaw style.
Very nice.
So those two basically main teams are what we go with.
So have you start rocking like a green frame with like a purple tank or something?
That's a no-go.
You're gonna get called out.
What about for bike shows? Like when you go to bike shows with other clubs and that kind of thing, is do you have any like show bikes that are allowed to be different, or is it straight up like this is it?
That's kind of what we try to get people to go for. Is like what we're saying now. But like, yeah, if somebody brings something like that, like let's just call it a clown bike, like with those colors that I just said, like you're probably going to get turned away. We're pretty strict on that kind of stuff. We like to keep it kind of classic, like that classic look, like pinstripes, the flames, like the baby blues and the wine red, and lots of chrome. Lots of black, like it's trying to keep it as kind of realistic, as we possibly kind of can, but
I like that.
That traditional classic kind of biker style is what we're going for.
Yeah, lots of people send me pictures of like them Cali baggers with like the long slope bags and the big front wheel, and they're like, "What do you think of that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it'd be fun to ride from your house to the bike show and back again, but past that, I mean, you're looking at what's that, like a $40,000 bike that you can't ride for more than 3 miles? Like, nah, I
1,200 pounds drive.
Bro, I ride my Harley. Like, I grind the pegs on every turn. Like, I ride the hell out of it. I can't. It's filthy.
Good luck cornering on one
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's filthy all the time. I clean it a couple times a year. Like, I just love to really pound it. You know what I mean? And in game, it's the same thing. Like, I like combat in game primarily. So, my bike is just an ugly gargoyle, but boy, it goes. You know what I mean? I can ride it anywhere. It's super maneuverable, and I can fight from it. So I don't care what it looks like as long as it gets the job done.
Yeah.
So, but I like that you guys are sticking within that theme. That way you look like you're part of something again. Without even you don't even have to say anything. You just have a culture and a vibe that embodies your club, and I think that's really dope.
Yeah, we primarily focus on riding, not like the fighting side of things, but we will defend ourselves if we do get attacked, but we don't go looking for it.
I understand.
Yeah, we don't start anything, we end anything that comes to us. That's just our motto.
This is one of the things that attracted me to you guys in terms of wanting to have you on is, I definitely prefer clubs that are about their business and not worried about everything that's going on in the community and scorecards and all that extra stuff. I mean, I understand there's a time and a place for that within the community, and there's people who enjoy that, and that's fine. But like, at least for this type of show that we're doing here, it's more to focus on the clubs that are building these families within game where, you have to fight. Everybody has guns in the game for a reason, but it's more about that brotherhood and the closeness and the bonds that you can form with people over the internet. It's friggin' crazy. I mean, I never would have guessed in a million years.
I know, right? Nah, same dude. I mean, it's a blowout, like the whole online gaming thing. Like when I first joined here, I never would have thought it would have ever got to this level, but here we are.
I mean, Mustang in 1980, could you imagine that you'd have friends all over the planet and you'd spend more time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I had one of those pen pals, I think in like 1970.
Yeah, that's funny.
I was like 3 months to get a letter.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Now you're right though. I mean, these guys, if you think about it, they're all over the world.
Yeah.
And I could run into them tomorrow and it'd be like, we've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
And it's not somebody new to me. So, like Chucky was saying, we've known these guys for a long time, and they help everybody out, and we even in our own private lives, we've had discussions with other members just to kind of help each other out.
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, it's not just a game for us. It's like its own society.
I know that feeling. Yeah, I mean, I've met up with a bunch of members of my club, and I think that, again, one of the first things that people like to say, when they're trying to talk trash online, is if they don't spend 14 hours a day on the line as much as everybody else. They're like, oh, role play biker nerds, with your quote unquote brotherhood with the video game nerds. But I'll tell you right now, like, personally, I've met up, like I say, with a bunch of Reaper Lords, and it is like nothing changes. It's so comfortable. You slide right into it. Everybody's chill. It feels just as much like family, except the hugs are real. You know what I mean? And I love it. It's been like I said, I never could have guessed that I could get that close to people online. But I think there's something about connecting with people intellectually, right? You take out the body language, you take out the fashion, you take out the material goods, you take out all of that, and you strip it right down to your intellect, your personality, your character in its essence, and you get to know each other on that level first, and everything else is secondary. It really is.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it better myself, man. Like that's exactly it. Like it's hard to explain. Shit, I'm trying to explain this to somebody. Like I get asked by like my friends or like my real life friends like about it, or just someone else like, oh, you're in a Grand Theft Auto motorcycle club and like whatever, and it's like their first thought to what it actually is just so far off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what it is. It's just like you can't explain it. I always just say now, just like fucking just join if you want to fucking find out, man. I can't be fucked trying to explain it to
Bro,
you.
I don't tell anybody. Like nobody. Nobody, like there is nobody in my sort of immediate circle that has any idea that I have like a gaming account and a YouTube channel, and like outside of my like immediate family. I mean, my wife knows, my daughters know, that kind of thing. Yeah. But like none of them follow me or anything. None of them like get it on any level. Yeah. And if anybody ever, I'll tell people every once in a while, yeah, I like to game, it's fun. I like, online gaming, but that's it. I won't talk about nothing else because it's so embarrassing and people just do not get it. They do not get it.
It's embarrassing because people don't
because they don't get it. No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but I wouldn't have the words to explain
You're
it.
talking about aspects. Yeah, you're talking about aspects that matter in real life. You show compassion, you show leadership. You actually, are a person to a person, and you put everything else on a different level. Like, it doesn't matter where you come from, what nationality you are, or what walk of life,
or what age.
Right.
What age you are. That doesn't matter.
You guys know I travel all over the world. Yeah, I travel all over the world, and every time I go through a security checkpoint at the airport, what's in my bag? My PS4.
Same. Yeah.
It goes through the scanner, and the young guys are like, "What the hell is going on here?" And they're saying, "What are you playing?" And I say off the games that I'm playing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, cool."
Yeah.
So it's a little surprise for some people at my age, but fuck it, it's fun. I've been doing it forever, and I'm still gonna be doing it forever.
No, that's me, dude. I travel all over the world too, and I drag my PlayStation with me everywhere I go. And I don't sweat that. But like I say, I would never want anybody to know that I'm in a quote unquote online role play anything in my real life. I work in a very macho, very sort of male dominant kind of industry, and I work with a lot of gorillas, and I just wouldn't want to, I don't know. I wouldn't want to give them any more ammo than they already have.
Yeah, I know what that's like, man. I mean, the amount of discussions I've had with my real life mates about it, like it's like one will bring it up just to chuck me under the bus, with like a bunch of other people there who don't know. And it's like,
yeah,
here we go.
Yeah, you're gonna have your biker gang come.
I mean, But I mean, it's too hard to explain to people. Like when it's got to a level where like we're actually talking about like meeting up in the States, right? And we're all from different parts of the world, man. Like I'm personally from Australia, Theo's Finland, so we've got like people that live in the States as well. So Europe, Australia, New Zealand, America, and and Canada as well, right? All these different places. We're all talking actually about the prospect of meeting up one day and going to like a biker show in real life and actually ride together, Let's all go to the States, hire Harleys, and fucking go to Born Free rally.
Right.
Like personally, I would love to do that, but I'm open-minded to anything else, but it's just the idea of like that we would actually do that. Like it's got to that level now where like we want to meet in person to actually, go for a ride in real life and shit. Like, that's where it's hitting a different level where it's like
that is super fun.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's really killing me that Brix is working on his bike and I'm working on mine, and Brix is asking for how would this part fit and how does this look, and I just wish I could just kickstart my bike and ride to the next block to Brix's.
I wish you could too, man.
Work on the bike with him, because like now we're just doing it through Discord basically, just building bikes.
That's the beauty of it. Oh, sorry, what you say, man?
Yeah, Jody, since you're kind of where I am in my neck of the woods in the summertime, are you going to be doing Americade this year?
No.
No, you're not going to do Americade?
I don't ride with anybody.
'Cause I'm doing Americade.
Yeah. I like to ride solo.
Yeah, well, I don't. I do too, but it's kind of a neat show. It's a week long. It's huge.
Yeah.
And it's kind of in your neck of the woods. I mean, it's not too close, not too far, but I make it every year. So.
Nice. Yeah, no, I don't like being around people. I don't like. I'm a weird dude. I really am. Like, I'm so much more.
I'm the same as well, man. I fucking hate people.
Yeah, I'm so much more social